Less is More by me, Darren Carter. Let's imagine for a minute that you are the CEO of a major manufacturing plant and you manufacture, let's say, bulletproof vests. Now, they're not in that high of demand, but every once in a while you'll get a big order in. And this time, let's just say, for instance, you get a big order from the military and they need way over your normal quota. Now, you have 300 employees whom you have the responsibility to ensure a safe work environment and a lucrative work environment. Now, let's say your logistics team crunches the numbers and have found that each employee will need to work 10 hours extra a week for the next year in order to fill this quota. What do? Do you reject the biggest order you've ever had for your company? Do you hire more workers? Or do you, I don't know, just see what you can get done? Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. My first main point is the reason for having a 40-hour week. In the early 1900s, the unions pushed for a 40-hour work week because this was during a time when labor was the most widely used marketable job there was. There was no suits, really. I mean, there was among the elite, but basically everybody did labor, manual labor. So the unions got together and decided, hey, we want to only work 40 hours a week because we're working 60, 70 hours a week now, and production is good, but we're having some pretty bad employees. So that went on for a while, and then came along Henry Ford, who, you know who Henry Ford is, don't you? Have a show of hands. Who knows who Henry Ford is? Yeah, correct. He is the car builder. He, in turn, changed the way the workforce, or enforced the way the workforce worked. How many hours a week? He single-handedly changed his hours, his shifts, from 9 hours to 8 hours. He doubled the salaries of the employees, which, after a couple years of doing this, ended up he was a way more productive company, and so all of his business people saw this, so they soon followed him soon after that, and then so that is how the 40-hour work week came to be in the present. In the middle 60s, 50s, and 60s, there was a new term to be coined called white collar. White collar is a business person. It is somebody who does not do manual labor. They're in a office, shuffling papers or, telling other workers what to do. This is where the 55, 60-hour work week job came in. The reason for this was because the employers expected more of these employees that didn't do anything but just sit and just use their brain. So in essence, they just expected more from these employees. Let's see, the benefits of working less than 55 hours a week not only benefits the employer but employee. If you have an employee that's working 60 hours a week, they're missing out on their family, their kids, they're living. They're not living. They're working all the time. So you'll have a much better, much happier workforce if you stick to the 40 hours a week. Statistics have shown that a person is the most productive from the 2nd hour to the 6th hour. This will show you. Okay. The 2nd hour to the 6th hour. And see, that's the highest amount of productivity. And you can tell at the 8-hour mark right here, it's dramatically decreased from, say, the 6 hour right there. Within that 2 hour time, the production goes down, and you can see after hour 10, you're losing production. Okay, this is the productivity. These are the hours worked, and this is the curve. Okay. So, but there are exceptions to this. There are exceptions that would make overtime feasible. That is, if you do them in short spurts for short periods of time, and as long as the employee wants to do them. If you enforce a mandatory overtime, you are controlling how the employee works at his job, so therefore he's going to have some animosity towards you. So that'll make for a less happy employee. And in conclusion, the working over the 40 hours a week has no benefit to the employer or employee. A study done by the Business Roundtable found that if overtime is worked past 9 hours a day, then there's a dramatic lowering of productivity. So the solution that I have for you is, at the beginning of the story, is that the CEO should hire a few more workers and offer overtime to those who want it. I urge all of you to try a 40-hour work week and reap the benefits. Your employees will be more loyal, and their families will thank you. Is there any questions? No? Okay.